And as long as people wake up to this left versus right nonsense, it's really just a big fucking hustle to keep you fighting with each other.
Oh,
That's
for
most
sure.
of it.
Oh, for sure.
Most of it. Even the ICE stuff that we were talking about. Hey, folks, do you think it's a coincidence that the biggest fucking ICE protests were all going on in the same place where they found all that fraud? Does it ever occur to you that these organized, massive protests were all occurring in the same place where that Nick Shirley cat found fucking billions of dollars in fraud?
Yeah.
Shocker. Kind of crazy.
Didn't California pass a law?
A Nick Shirley law.
To prevent that
Yes.
specifically that guy from fucking poking around in California?
Yes. I mean, they've even referred to it as the Nick Shirley law. The idea is to keep people from investigating fraud, which is outlandish. That is outrageous. That is a crazy thing to emphasize. And the thing is, well, these people are showing up at daycares and looking in. Right, they shouldn't. You're right, 100%. And random people from the internet should not be showing up at daycares with cameras. I agree. However, when there's no one in that daycare for years and years and years, and they can prove that fucking millions of dollars are being earned by that daycare, and there's no one in there, it gets a little weird.
It's
not fully passed into law. Not yet.
Isn't there a video of that kid like walking up to one of these, and these dudes get out and like drive off in their fucking Bentleys?
I don't know if those are real. There's a bunch of fake videos that were made by people afterwards that were just capitalizing on people wanting to click on something like that. And so they were just engagement farming by pretending. Like the guy would show up and they'd go, what? What are you talking about? I don't know. I have no idea what it was. Bad acting. And they get in a Rolls Royce. Like,
it's just bullshit.
It seemed like bullshit to me. I mean, I'm sure a bunch of those guys made a bunch of money. And I'm sure there is a lot of fraud. It just like they're admitting it. Minnesota's admitting it. They knew it was going on forever. You know, and then how about the fact that there's certain politicians that voted against this idea? So one of those ladies that was killed, like there was a lady and her husband that were murdered in Minnesota. And she was one of the few people that voted against providing Medicare for illegals. They were trying to pass some bill involving Medicare and illegals. And she was one of the ones that voted against it. And she was killed. The guy who killed her said that Tim Waltz sent him to kill them. Now, I don't know if he's full of shit. He easily could be. He's a fucking crazy person. He's a murderer. He showed up at their house with a mask on and fucking shot them dead and shot a couple other people too. It's like he's, you know, obviously he's fucking cracked out, but kind of weird. Kind of weird that the lady who wants to vote against this obvious fraud, this money that's being somehow or another funneled around through Medicare. Like one of the things that Elon said when he was on the podcast is that Medicaid and Medicare fraud is one of the biggest fucking problems. And he was looking into a Doge. He goes, I almost don't want to talk about it because I don't want to get killed. He goes, it's that bad. And this was before all this Nick Shirley shit. And now you're seeing it and you're like, oh, now I get it. These hospices that they have, these fake hospices in California, and then all the Somali daycare centers and all the different things. Like these people are just autism. The autism diagnoses went through the fucking roof because now they can have these autism centers. So they just diagnose their kids as autistic, and then they're raking in all this money for treatment. It's crazy how much fraud there is.
Hundreds of billions.
Hundreds of billions of dollars. And just what a shocker that that's the place where the big ICE protest broke out. Oh.
People forget that when Obama was president, he made a big public statement about going after government fraud. They were aware of it then. I mean, they've been aware of it it's always taken place. But on the scale, and he tried. And he caught resistance to the point that he wasn't able to do his version of a Doge,
right?
Which was his intention. He gave a big public speech about it, and tried to look into it. And if you're stealing hundreds of billions of dollars, what wouldn't you do to protect that?
Exactly, and that was Elon's point.
Yeah,
and also that money for sure makes its way into Democratic coffers. And probably Republican too, and whoever the fuck is going to be
whoever's enabling the fraud.
Who's ever gonna help out? Whoever wants a piece of this pie, is a juicy ass pie. It's $100 billion pie. Come get something.
That'll almost build you a rail system in California. You can get a mile of track.
Or a second Cougar
From that
Bridge.
fucking car salesman. Have you had that guy on?
No, he wants to be on.
God, I'm sure.
He talks a lot of shit about me. At first, he was saying,
sure.
Joe Rogan's not a fan of me, but I'm a big fan of him. He was like saying all this.
Doesn't he have his own podcast?
Yeah.
Because that city,
Yeah.
that state is running so well. The
Well, he's
governor doesn't need
got
to
a lot of free
govern.
time. It's so smooth. If you ask him, he'll tell you. He'll tell you how awesome this
Oh, he'll give you
state
stats.
is. The stats are
Statistically,
incredible.
people are moving there in record numbers.
Yeah,
No
that's not
one's-
true. It's not true. It's all the stats, the positive stats, they were already going on before he was the governor. It's California's an awesome place. The fucking weather's perfect. San Francisco has always been an incredible tech hub of geniuses. There's always been a bunch of super wizards up there that are creating some of the best technology in the world, and that has nothing to do with him. Has zero to do with him and all these problems that their inept government has caused. Because that's the real problem with him as a governor. It's a real problem with Karen Bass as a mayor. It's a real problem with whatever the fuck happened to San Francisco. It's bad government. It's not upholding the rule of the law, not keeping people safe, being empathetic to people that are shooting up on the street over people that are trying to walk their fucking kids to school.
Yeah.
Like, what you're doing is bad for society. It's bad.
And it seems to me that for the most part, if you are the mayor of a city, and when I was writing Yellowstone, the governor of Montana at the time, who was a Democrat, I called him and asked him, I said, hey, guys, talk to you about what it's like to be a governor. Like, what did you think it would be, and what did it turn out to be? And what he said was, Steve Bullock is his name. He said, well, I thought I was going to, make all these changes and do this and shepherd this. And I learned that I am the CEO of a state, and that my job as the CEO of the state is take care of the people who live in the state, the employees of the state, attract business here, attract tourism here, and try to make the state make more money and make lives better. That's my job. Infrastructure and city management and people management and tourism. That's my job. And even more acutely to a mayor, you're really the president of a city. You're the CEO of the city. And your job is keep the lights on, pick up the trash, put out the fires, deal with the sewage, keep it safe. Like, that's it. There's no social anything. Secondarily, possibly. But run the schools, like run the city. And you have in a lot of these big urban areas where they're so agenda driven and they're pushing a social agenda, and they're not running the cities. They're not running them at all. And so they're running into the ground. And it's tragic to see, because San Francisco, like you said, it's a beautiful city. L.A. used to be a place where you could go and make your dreams come true.
San
right?
Francisco was awesome 10 years ago. Just 10 years ago. I filmed my special, Triggered, in the Fillmore in San Francisco in 2016. It was great. No problems. It wasn't homeless people everywhere. It was normal. It was normal San Francisco. Go to a cool restaurant. People are cool. Always been like a smart city. Interesting architecture. Always been a great city. I lived there from the time I was 7 to 11.
Really?
Yeah, I loved San Francisco. It's unrecognizable now. 10 years. That's it. 10 years of fucking asinine government. And also, this homeless thing, when you realize that it's an industry, the homelessness is valuable. Having homeless people on the streets is valuable because you can get more money to deal with this obvious homeless problem. The more obvious the problem is, the more money they're going to throw on it. They don't have to fix it.
Well, there's no intention to fix it.
Right.
They're
No incentive.
They're giving out free needles. Here.
Yeah.
Get high here. I was just somewhere where my first experience seeing the homeless in this magnitude. And the one thing that's evident instantly is they're all so completely strung out on drugs. Like, this fentanyl thing is no fucking joke. Like, the zombies leaning against every corner. And to me, it's cruel. Right?
Yeah.
Like, if someone's to that point and you want to help them, don't give them a fucking iPhone and some more needles. How about you pick them up off the street and you take them somewhere and go, look, there's a curfew here, and you ain't doing no drugs.
Right.
We're going to clean you out. And some aren't going to want that. They're going to want to go back on the street and do drugs. And the addiction and the consequences of drugs that are that. I had surgery. They put me on fentanyl. I had neck surgery, and they put me on fentanyl. There's high, then there's that shit. And that was done by an anesthesiologist. I wasn't self-medicating on a fucking parking lot.